A lesson in generosity. In a small town between rolling hills and babbling brooks, there lived a young lad named Jake. The town, though humble, was known for its close-knit community and the wisdom of its elders. Jake's family wasn't the wealthiest, but they had always managed to make ends meet. Jake's father, a carpenter, worked hard to provide for the family. One summer afternoon, Jake was playing near the town square when he overheard a conversation between two elderly men, Mr. Thompson and Mr. Davis. They spoke about the importance of generosity and how no one had ever become poor by giving. Intrigued by their words, Jake approached them. "What do you mean, no one becomes poor by giving?" Mr. Thompson, with his wrinkled face and wise eyes, smiled and replied, "Well, young man, it means that when you help others, you not only enrich their lives, but yours as well. Kindness is a wealth that multiplies when shared." Jake, though only 15, was wise beyond his years. He pondered over Mr. Thompson's words and decided to put this wisdom to the test. The next day, Jake's father handed him a small sack of freshly baked bread. "Take this to old Mrs. Jenkins, Jake. She's not been keeping well, and a warm loaf might cheer her up." Jake gladly took the bread and headed to Mrs. Jenkins' modest cottage. As he knocked on the door, Mrs. Jenkins opened it with a weak smile. Jake handed her the bread and said, "I hope this makes you feel better, ma'am." Mrs. Jenkins was touched by Jake's gesture. "Thank you, dear. You've warmed an old woman's heart today." Word spread through the town about Jake's act of kindness, and soon, others started following suit. One by one, families began sharing what little they had, be it vegetables, fruits, or even a helping hand with chores. The town square buzzed with the spirit of giving. However, not everyone in the town shared the same sentiment. There was a man named Mr. Grimes, known for his wealth but also for his stinginess. He couldn't fathom why people were giving away their possessions when they could keep them for themselves. One day, as Jake was passing by Mr. Grimes' house, he noticed the man looking grumpy as ever. Jake, feeling a sense of duty, approached him and said, "Mr. Grimes, I brought you some apples from our tree. They're the juiciest in town."
Mr. Grimes eyed Jake suspiciously but accepted the apples. "Why are you giving these to me? What's the catch?" "No catch, sir," Jake replied with a sincere smile. "I just thought you might enjoy them." As days passed, the town continued to thrive in the spirit of generosity. People were happier, and the sense of community grew stronger. However, Mr. Grimes remained unchanged. He hoarded his wealth and scoffed at the townsfolk for their foolishness. One day, disaster struck the town. A storm swept through, leaving several houses damaged, and many families lost their belongings. The townspeople rallied together to help those in need. They shared their resources and worked tirelessly to rebuild what the storm had taken away.
Mr. Grimes, now facing the consequences of his selfishness, found himself isolated. His mansion, though still standing, felt empty and cold. he realized that his wealth had not protected him from the storms of life. The town, on the other hand, had become a haven of support and kindness. In the aftermath of the storm, Jake approached Mr. Grimes and said, "You see, sir, no one becomes poor by giving. The wealth we accumulate is not in gold or silver, but in the relationships we build and the kindness we share." Mr. Grimes, humbled by the events that transpired, reflected on his choices. Slowly, he started opening his heart to the town's generosity. He began contributing to the community, not just with his wealth, but with his time and compassion. As the town flourished once again, the lesson of generosity became a cornerstone of their values. The people realized that the more they gave, the richer their lives became. And in the simple act of helping others, they found a wealth that no storm could ever take away. And so, the town continued to thrive, not just in material wealth, but in the richness of their hearts. The story of Jake's wisdom and the transformation of Mr. Grimes became a timeless fable, reminding generations that true prosperity lies in the selfless act of giving. Several months passed, and the town, having embraced the culture of generosity, experienced a newfound unity. Jake, now a respected young man, continued to inspire others with his kindness. The once stingy Mr. Grimes had become an active participant in community activities, and the townsfolk welcomed him with open arms. One day, a traveling circus arrived at the outskirts of town. The townspeople were excited, and a festive atmosphere filled the air. Jake, being naturally curious, decided to visit the circus grounds to see what it was all about. As he wandered through the colorful tents and watched awe-inspiring performances, Jake noticed a boy about his age named Timmy. Timmy was the son of the circus owner, and he looked a bit lonely amidst the lively crowd. Approaching Timmy, Jake struck up a conversation. "Hey there! My name's Jake. What's yours?" Timmy looked up with a shy smile. "I'm Timmy. Nice to meet you." As they chatted, Jake learned that Timmy loved the circus but missed having friends his age. Jake, always mindful of the lessons he had learned, invited Timmy to join him and his friends in the town square for a friendly game of soccer. The circus performers, grateful for Jake's hospitality, decided to showcase a special performance for the townspeople as a token of appreciation. The entire town gathered in the square, and the circus artists dazzled them with acrobatics, jugglery, and laughter. In the midst of the celebration, Mr. Grimes approached Jake. "I never thought I'd say this, but your generosity has taught me more than I could have imagined." "Thank you, Jake." Jake smiled. "We're all learning from each other, sir. It's the beauty of sharing and caring." The circus brought not just entertainment but also a sense of camaraderie to the town. Timmy, now surrounded by new friends, felt a sense of belonging he had never experienced before. As the circus prepared to leave, Timmy hesitated. "Jake, I wish I had something to give you in return for being so kind." Jake, with a wise grin, replied, "Timmy, the best gift you can give is friendship. That's worth more than anything money can buy." Touched by Jake's words, Timmy handed him a small, handcrafted wooden elephant, a souvenir from the circus. "Whenever you look at this, remember the day we became friends." The townspeople, witnessing this exchange, felt a warmth in their hearts. The lesson of generosity had not only transformed their town but had also reached beyond its borders. Over the years, Jake and Timmy's friendship grew stronger. The wooden elephant became a cherished symbol of the bond they shared. The town continued to thrive in the spirit of giving, and the once skeptical Mr. Grimes became a testament to the transformative power of generosity. And so, the fable of Jake, Timmy, and the circus became another chapter in the town's history, a reminder that kindness knows no boundaries and that true wealth lies in the relationships we nurture and the joy we bring to others. Amidst the changing seasons and the laughter that echoed through the town, a new challenge arose. The town's well, the primary source of water, had run dry. Panic set in as the townspeople realized the severity of the situation. Without water, the crops would wither, and life in the town would come to a standstill. Jake, always quick to think on his feet, gathered a group of townsfolk to discuss possible solutions. As they brainstormed, Mr. Grimes, now an integral part of the community, suggested digging a well deeper than the current one to tap into a more abundant water source. The townspeople, although appreciative of Mr. Grimes' suggestion, faced a new challenge. They lacked the resources and tools required for such a task. Determined to overcome this hurdle, Jake approached Timmy and shared the town's predicament. Timmy, recalling the generosity shown by the townspeople during the circus visit, immediately offered assistance. "Jake, we may not have much, but we have strong hands and willing hearts. The circus performers and I would be happy to help." With newfound hope, the townspeople, led by Jake, Timmy, and Mr. Grimes, embarked on the challenging journey of digging a deeper well. The work was grueling, but the sense of community and shared purpose fueled their efforts. As they toiled under the scorching sun, they found unexpected joy in each other's company. Conversations flowed freely, and laughter echoed across the dry fields. The wooden elephant, a symbol of friendship, was placed near the well, reminding everyone of the bond that had brought them together. Weeks passed, and finally, the hard work paid off. Water gushed from the newly dug well, filling the air with a sense of triumph. The townspeople rejoiced, not just for the water but for the unity that had emerged from a shared challenge. During a celebration in the town square, Jake stood alongside Timmy and Mr. Grimes. "This well is more than just a source of water. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with open hearts. Our generosity has not only transformed our town but has now ensured our future." Mr. Grimes, wiping sweat from his brow, added, "I've learned that true wealth is not in what we hoard but in what we share. The water we have now is a result of our collective generosity." The townspeople, once again inspired by the lesson of giving, decided to share a portion of the harvest with neighboring villages facing similar water shortages. The spirit of generosity rippled beyond their town, creating a network of support and goodwill. As seasons changed and the town flourished, the once depleted well became a symbol of resilience and community strength. Jake, Timmy, and Mr. Grimes continued to work together, ensuring that their town remained a beacon of generosity for generations to come. And so, the fable continued, weaving a narrative of shared challenges, newfound friendships, and the enduring power of generosity that shaped the destiny of a small town in ways no one could have foreseen. In the wake of the successful well project, the townspeople reveled in their newfound prosperity and camaraderie. However, as fate would have it, a harsh winter descended upon the town, bringing with it biting winds and heavy snowfall. The the once thriving crops began to wither, and the townsfolk faced the daunting prospect of a scarcity of food. Concerned for the well-being of his community, Jake gathered the townspeople once more. "We've faced challenges before, and we'll face this one too. We need to find a way to ensure everyone has enough to eat during the winter."
Mr. Grimes, having embraced the spirit of generosity, suggested reaching out to neighboring towns for assistance. Just as we help them in times of need, they might be willing to lend a hand now. We've built a network of goodwill that extends beyond our borders. With a plan in place, Jake, Timmy, and Mr. Grimes set out to visit neighboring towns, sharing the story of their well project and the lessons they had learned about the strength of a united community. The response was overwhelming. Towns that had benefited from the generosity of Jake's community were eager to reciprocate. Supplies of food, warm clothing, and firewood poured in from all directions. The townspeople, humbled by the support, realized the profound impact of their past acts of kindness. As the winter unfolded, the town transformed into a hub of shared resources. Families helped one another, sharing meals and ensuring that no one went without warmth or sustenance. The wooden elephant, a symbol of unity, was placed in the town square, adorned with tokens of gratitude from neighboring towns. Amidst the snow-covered landscape, the townspeople organized a winter festival to celebrate the interconnectedness of their communities. The festivities included storytelling, music, and a feast created from the shared resources. Jake, Timmy, and Mr. Grimes stood together, watching as the townspeople danced and laughed, their spirits unbroken by the harshness of winter. As the winter began to wane and the first signs of spring appeared, the townspeople reflected on the lessons learned during this challenging season. The wooden elephant, now a revered relic, served as a reminder that generosity knows no boundaries and that the bonds forged through kindness are resilient even in the face of adversity. The town, having weathered the winter together, emerged stronger than ever. The generosity that had once transformed a well and a circus visit now extended beyond their borders, creating a network of support that echoed through the hills and valleys. And so, the fable continued, a tale of a town that learned that true wealth lies not only in the resources they share, but in the bonds they cultivate. The legacy of Jake, Timmy, and Mr. Grimes became a beacon of hope for future generations, a testament to the enduring power of generosity in the face of life's unpredictable seasons.